Howdy party people, 'tis I, again. Recently, I've heard a lot of talk about remakes, and I have one thing to say about that. No remakes. I freaking hate remakes. Some movies are better off looking bad and having a good story than looking good and having a bad story. It's so hard to come up with a new plot, which is why I've come up with this new segment that I like to call Movie Plots, where I take random thoughts that come into my head and edit them in a way that makes it sound like it's a movie premise. Ready? Let's go! Pencil sharpener. Oh, it could be a story about a boy and a girl who meet at the pencil sharpener, and they share this one pencil that has two sides on it. And one side is the boy's side, and the other side is the girl's side. And they become best friends and whatnot. And each side of the pencil represents how their relationships or lives are going. Like at one point, the pencil breaks in two, and the two separate, and then somehow they tape it back together. I don't know. I think it'd be cute. Outlet. Yeah, outlet could be a story about a girl who sticks her finger in an outlet socket. Maybe she slips and falls into it. She gets shocked in what she thought was her real life, but then she wakes up a 5th grader in a hospital, and she had lived up until high school, so she's much more mature than a 5th grader should be. Basically, she shocks herself in her dream and turns out she's a 5th grader. How about this one? Not right now. It could be the story of several different people who didn't take the chance to do stuff at the moment, and then bad things happen. Like an older brother whose little brother wants to play with him, but he says not right now because he's busy doing a whole bunch of after-school activities, which is good. You're supposed to do activities, blah 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 blah. But he never made time for his little brother, and then one day his little brother gets into a car accident and he dies. Duh. So then he goes into a depression spiral, like all the stuff he could have done. Or maybe there's a busy working mom who never made time for her husband, so her husband cheats on her, duh, and they end up getting a divorce. So she goes into a depression and blah 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 blah. And then there could be a story about a father who never paid attention to his son, so because of constant not wanting to be alone because of his dead wife. So he never paid attention to his son, and the son runs away from home. Runs away from home, and then the son who runs away runs into the guy whose brother died, and so they end up hanging out, and he becomes his little brother. Well, not really, but kind of that kind of mentality, like play brother. So they end up getting really close while he's run away, and the father starts stressing out the father of the son who ran away after he realizes that his son has run away, and starts going to look for him. On his journey to go look for him, he for some reason runs into the woman. The woman and him get very close, and then they end up finding the son who ran away, and there's this huge climactic yelling and blah blah blah, and you should have done this. Basically, the overall point is do stuff while you have the chance. Movie plots. So yeah, tell me your movie plots, because I know, like me, you're probably sick of remakes. So sick of remakes. Hate remakes. See, things come together. It may sound cliche, and I don't have it all put together, but at least I'm coming up with something.